Okay, good morning. Welcome to the London session. I hope you're doing well. All right, let me set myself up properly. All right, let's go on to here. And let's start with the dollar index. All right, so dollar index, I am bullish. I'm looking for continuation to the upside. This morning, we've had at exactly 7, right, price trading down, but I think this is just a pullback. It's gonna continue going up, so this is the level I'm watching. It's within this order block in here for a continuation to the upside. So dollar index, I was actually watching 2 levels, one in here and then one there. So one for the 1 hour trend and then one for the 4 hour trend. 1 hour trend couldn't hold it, so I'm gonna look for the H4 trend. So we're looking for bullish price action on dollar and bearish price action on the foreign currencies. Okay, so euro, you're gonna start looking for reasons for price to continue going lower. Today is Tuesday, right? And we've had price stay within this high and that low. Ultimately, I think it's gonna attack this low here, but how we do it is yet to be known. Therefore, maybe you might want to sit out on this pair because of the fact that we are inside this big drop that happened on I think last week on the 14th. So everything in here, okay, is gonna be complex pullback, and it's very hard to trade. Therefore, stay away from euro. British pound is a little bit clearer in terms of trend. So maybe if you want to do something on this one, will be the best to do it. We have equal highs in here. Maybe after that equal high has been run, then you can anticipate some form of a rejection to come back down again. So watch this high here. Watch that high into this level right there. Yesterday, this is what I was looking for, a buy inside this order block and then take price up, but the time of the day that price came here wasn't great. You can see it's doing exactly that, but it's doing it during the London session. So if you kind of ignore this thing, sometimes it's annoying but if you kind of ignore all this price action in here, right, and then you put this one right here, okay, you get what I was expecting. But it's because of time where this was landing close, no one was going to be buying that gap, and they basically bought it this morning, right, dipping inside it again in here and taking price up. So I think it might attack this high here, and then after that high has been attacked, maybe a rejection. So because we are watching dollar for a continuation to the upside, then you can anticipate a continuation to the downside. Okay, sorry for that. My wife came knocking. Okay, so because you're expecting higher prices, right, on dollar, maybe it might retrace up to this level here and then continue going up. So maybe have an alert. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Have an alert here because I'm basically in front of the screen, so I'll see it. But if you're not, then have an alert like that crossing down there, so that once price trades through that, we can start looking at price on the foreign currencies, selling them down again, right? So watch this high because I think they might run that and then into this one again, and maybe price will reject. So a breaker above it, or once we take it, look for a breaker. But the best pair to actually sell short will be these two here. Okay, these two, especially this one, because it's traded into a level that I've been watching since morning, right? This imbalance in here where price reacted, and then it broke down and they've traded back into it. So I would think they're gonna go down from here on the Aussie. So maybe a sell on this pair once dollar trades to that level. Okay, so once dollar trades to that level, then come onto this one and then start looking for the sell. I don't think it's gonna drop now. Maybe it can drop, but at the moment this 15 minutes time frame, right, is still bullish. Okay, this 5 minutes or the 15 minutes is still bullish. So if you can wait for a break in market structure, then you can sell short, or you can sell short as it is and then look for then look for a continuation to the downside. I think for YouTube members, you're not aware of the targets that I'm anticipating, so you can view it now. That's where I'm anticipating price to go to, right? 0.7271. Okay, so you can do that or wait for the break in market structure so that you can get kind of a low risk, high reward entry. Basically a break in market structure, then we can get to minimize our stop loss. Okay, say we break market structure here and then they leave an imbalance there, so you're gonna take the pullback into that imbalance with a stop above that and then look for continuation to the downside instead of selling short where we are now and leaving your stop loss above that. Okay, so that's the idea on this pair right now. You can also sell this one. I think my VIP members will know this, that's where we were anticipating yesterday for price to trade to, and we will look for continuation to the downside right here. So similar to the Aussie, either you sell short, leave your stop loss I think above this high, and then expect a continuation to the downside, or wait for price to give you a break in market structure and then you sell short. All right, so I think that would be the best decision, waiting for break in market structure to sell short, because the dollar index has not traded to that level yet. Euro pound is still bearish. I think it's gonna continue going lower. I think yesterday I was looking for a buy in here. You can see I have some execution in there, right? I was looking for a buy inside this. I did get it, right? And I was targeting this equal high, okay, with that buy there, and it couldn't get there, and it came back down and stopped me out. Okay, so this morning they've just run that and then rejected. The actual level that we were watching was inside in here. This is a level we're watching for a sell-off. I'm not sure if they've touched it yet. That's the level we are watching for a sell-off. All right, so I think that's where price is going to trade to, and then we will anticipate a continuation to the downside. The other level that we are watching is optimal trade entry relative to last week's range. So this high to this low. Optimal trade entry is up here. So we are watching two levels for a sell this week. This one and then up here. So up there, if we go into the lower time frames, it will bring us to this auto block here, and then that one on the H4, it brings us to that high. All right, and it also will bring us into that swing high with that bearish auto block. So right somewhere in here, that's where I'm anticipating if they're gonna retrace. If not, then this would just be, you know, a small kind of retail traders have a name for this, either a pennant or ascending triangle or something like that. Okay, so it might probably not get up there, and then they will just continue going lower, especially with this old low being in here, right? So if it's gonna go higher, this is where we will attempt our first sell, and then if it stops us out, then we will attempt the second sell up here. So watch this imbalance on the 15 minutes or 5 minutes in here. That is where I'm anticipating the high of the week. Okay, so high of the week, that's where I'm anticipating it for a continuation to the downside. If not, then it's gonna go up into the next one. Okay, so you can sell short here with a stop above that high, and then look for targeting it's not relevant, targeting back down that low. Okay, back down to last week's low as your first objective for the week, and then you look for below that somewhere. Let me see here. Okay, let's see below that what we have. We've already been here. Yeah, that's where price reversed from. So then the next time it's gonna go straight for this low, and there's nothing in here, so then it will basically gang down for this one. All right, so let's go forward. Okay, so if you get a sell there, maybe take partial below this one here. Friday's low, take partial there, and then here. Then the rest you leave it, because I think it might continue going down for that one. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting on Euro Pound. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. So this is how it looks like. I like it on the 1 hour, so I'm gonna take a screenshot on the 1 hour. Okay, like I said, if this one stops you out, okay, then anticipate price moving up in here, and that's where we're gonna look for another sell. Let's take a screenshot and post that. Okay, let me see the Aussie. Yeah, I'll post this one for the 1 hour, and then per my explanation, you can wait for the breaking market structure. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of that as well. New Zealand. Yeah, on New Zealand I'll wait for a breaking structure, because I don't like the way we consolidated down here. All right, I don't like the way we consolidated down there, so I'll wait for breaking structure on that one. Okay, let's go to gold. Gold, I'm still bullish on gold, looking for price to trade to 2009. This looks to me like a retracement, and we should go higher. So H4 retracement, so I'm expecting higher prices. This morning I was watching it. If you're gonna go higher, we should from here, or they can, take it down, stop people out, and then still send it higher. So if they do, this is a level I'm watching for the run below that low into that, and then wait for breaking structure and then buy. If not, then what I have done this morning is actually look for a breaking market structure here, and then I'll attempt a first long, which is what I have done. So I'm currently long from the breaker here with a stop below this low. So all right, to continue going up here, but if it stops me out, then in my opinion they might probably come for this low into, there's another block down here, they might come in for that one before going up. Then I'll wait for same pattern in here, right? They take out that low, break market structure, and then I'll look for the buy to continue going up. But partial is going to be obviously above this high, because that's the origin of the retracement. Okay, so that's what I'm anticipating on gold. Okay, silver. I've brought in silver because I like the price action on silver and the targets that it's trying to reach for. Therefore, I brought in silver this morning. So on silver, what I'm looking for, it's a continuation to the upside. This is a pullback. It's going to continue going up. This is where I will, right, if it does get there, right, then that's a nice buy to go and attack this high. If not, then just as gold has done, we should be moving up from here. So this would be a breaking structure, and it's a run on a swing low on the H4, which is basically a pullback. So if we zoom in here, you see that they've taken out the swing low, right? That's a liquidity, right? And then break market structure. It leaves this imbalance here. So either they move away from the breaker, or it's gonna drop into the imbalance. Optimal trade entry, right? And then you buy it. If it stops you out, then this is the level to watch for a bigger continuation to the upside. Okay, so you're looking for this and then up, or it's gonna drop down here. That's another optimal trade entry here, and then you buy it to come back and attack this high into 26.326. all right, so that's that on silver. Oil, okay, I've not done much on oil this morning because it did reach the target that I was anticipating here. Yesterday I checked out on the trade. You can see I got a buy in here, and this was my target, but I chicken out. I chicken out right in there, all right, because the stop loss was too big for my account. Therefore, I didn't want to hold on to it. But I should have. And yeah, it did get to the target, but without me. So this morning it's kind of retracing, and because of the level they've gone for, I think it might give a deeper retracement. So watch this low here, right? Because they might take out that low, which is a previous day's low, right, and continue going higher because there is a fair value gap, right? That is a fair value gap on the daily time frame. Right there, that's a fair value gap on a daily time frame, right? And they can dip in and then resume going up because I think this is a market maker buy model, right? Consolidation, accumulation, and then I think another level of accumulation in here with a run on stop, because there has been no run on stop, right, in this whole move to the upside on the H4. So this could be the first run on stops, and then it will resume going higher. So watch this low, and that maybe even up to this down candles, right? Because that's an auto block as well. And then they will resume going higher. So if they do, then wait for a breaking market structure on the lower time frame. You choose whatever time frame you want the breaking market structure, whether 5, 15, 10. It's entirely up to you. And then you can look for the buy to continue going up. I think it's going to draw up into this imbalance in here. Let's use this. I think I used just one color all the time. Let's use a bullish one. There we go. I think that's where price is going to reach for after they take out this low. So watch it for a run or even a retracement for New York session, time of the day. If you apply time of the day, wait for the New York session, right? And then you can buy it. So maybe draw 2 vertical lines for New York, because London is almost done. So New York will be somewhere here. Okay, and then kind of anticipate the reversal to form maybe from 12 going between 12 and 2. Yeah, between that time window. Okay, that's where you want to see price trade in there, and then give you a rejection, breaking market structure, and then look for continuation to the upside. Okay. Dollar CAD, they are playing with me. I'm looking to get out here, right there, but they are playing with me. I will see. It almost got to my TP, and like I said, it's just not trading to that level on the H4. Okay, let's go here. On the H4, it has traded to that imbalance. However, because there's nothing in here, right, I don't see the reason why it's reversing from that. Okay, there has to be some form of a PD array. So that PD array is right there. That fair value gap is right there, and we've not touched it yet, unless they have, and my broker is not showing it. Okay, if they have and my broker is not showing it, then that's fine, but I want to get out exactly there. So let's see if they will give me that today. We do have this high to that low price retracing, so we could get another leg back down again, maybe deeper into, I think, somewhere in here, before a continuation to the upside will unfold. So I'm still bearish dollar CAD. not bearish in the sense that this time frame, I'm bearish on that time frame right now, or this one. So I still expect price to come back down. So I'll be wrong if they trade and close above this high, and then probably close the trade. Right? If they go and close above this high, I'm wrong. Price will probably go up and attack this high. Okay, as long as we are below that high, I'm still looking for price to come down here, and then maybe look for maybe a buy down there to take it back up again, because I think on the daily time frame it's either we're gonna stay in a sideways market, because currently the CAD is strong, and the dollar index is also strong. You can verify that by going on to Finviz, finviz.com, and then go to Forex Performance. Okay, if you go to finviz.com, and then on that website you go to Forex, and then you go to Performance, just take it on the weekly. All right, you will see what currency is strong. CAD is strong, dollar is strong. So both of them being strong currencies is going to cause this pair to go sideways. All right, so don't expect it to go down and don't expect it to go up. It might stay in a kind of consolidation. Therefore, it's valid to get a buy somewhere in here, like that small gap there, and look for maybe 221, 321 if it does get there. Right, 221, 321, something like that. Okay, and then just leave it, because they've moved from here to there and then there to there. Then just leave it alone if you get this. Right, something like that inside this small little fair value gap. Okay, so that is the dollar CAD. Bitcoin, this morning I was watching price and basically identify on a 1 hour time frame a small little imbalance. I think it was on a 5, and I was anticipating price to trade back into it and then drop down. The movement that happened yesterday it hasn't changed much for me, right, in terms of bearishness, but I'm a bit concerned about what they've placed on the daily time frame. Okay, that they were able to close above the previous day's high. Overall, it's still bearish. So what I will wait for, it's a breaker on the 1 hour time frame. We haven't formed one yet, so it can go up again and then break down. So if I'm gonna sell short, I want to see something like this, then I'll be confident selling short. If not, then I'm gonna stay away. Even though it's still bearish, they can take it up a little bit more. You can see we have equal high on that daily time frame up here. That equal high, they can run those and then go down. All right, because last week that's what I was looking for them to trade up in here. I was looking for them to trade up in here, like to close in that void and then resume going lower. So all this is just sideways market, right? It's not bullish. Don't think that this whole big run is gonna change this drop here. It's not gonna change it. It's still bearish. All right, the only problem is where to get in with a good risk to reward, where your stop loss will be small and you get more for your risk. That's what I'm looking for, right? But maybe they might take out and then resume going lower. So wait for a 1 hour breaker. That would be the best. 15 minutes won't cut it, so wait for 1 hour breaker. And the same thing will be for Ethereum. All right, this is not a reversal. I think it's just, trying to scare anyone that is selling off the market, and then they'll resume going lower. It's normal. They just run back up to take some highs or stops and then continue going lower. So either you're gonna wait for 1 hour breaker, or just sit on your hands for now. Okay, because this move here, it can go as high as this one. It doesn't need to bridge this high. If we go above this high, then I think we will resume going higher. But as long as it's below this high, price is still subject to go lower, especially with this small imbalance still left up there. It can still go up there and resume going lower. I think it's gonna draw up here. That's what my belief, and there. Okay, so still look for sells on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so my wife brought me a cup of tea and I have to kind of sip it. Oh wow, this one kept dropping. Nice. Sorry, my bad, I jumped ahead. What were we looking at? Okay, so we've done all of these, right? So let's move to what other pair can we trade for the day. This pair. Okay, now for those on YouTube, right? I have a channel that I show the draw on liquidity. Let me see. I have a channel that I show the draw on liquidity. That's all I do. Okay, I don't give trade ideas. I just show you where potentially price is gonna draw to. That's it. The rest you have to do that job. If you want to find it, let me see. I don't know how you can get access to that. It will be on my personal. If you go onto my personal YouTube, right? Any of the videos that I've recently done, I have the link there, right? If you go to my personal YouTube, Institute Trader, I have that link there where you can basically see where I'm expecting price to draw to, and that's it. Okay, so this morning, this is a pair I posted in there that I'm expecting price to go for this equal high. Okay, so I'm expecting the draw on liquidity to be up there, and I posted it around about 7:19. So we were somewhere in here, right there. Sorry, in here, not candle, right? And I saw them going for that equal high. So if you join that channel, right, you can obviously get most of what I'm expecting price to do. in terms of the draw on liquidity. Okay, but we're almost there, and look at this gap here. We could trade back into it and attack that high. So it's a bit too late, but it is what it is. I'm expecting them to go for that. New Zealand Swiss is the same. Yesterday I gave the VIP members this trade. Might take a long here to attack this high, and then look at this high as the next draw on liquidity, and then we'll be targeting this one. All right, so it's still for the grab because it didn't attack it. So on the H4, it's left a really nice swing low down here. So that's a positive sign that they're going to continue going up. So with this retracement, I think you can use optimal trade entry for the continuation. You can see that daily, there's a gap here. That's one draw on liquidity, and then that equal high. But I'm more okay, I like the first one as the draw on liquidity, which is 1.2392. All right, so look for a buy to first of all attack this one, and then 1.2392. Then from there you could leave something for 1.24 to 1.2420. All right, not necessarily take it here and then expect that one, because there's an imbalance and there's a high resistance. You don't want to see your trade get up there and then reverse and come back and stop you out. All right, so there you go. Euro Swiss, that's also another pair I shared in there. That price is gonna go and attack this equal high, and you can see they are drawing up into that. Okay, and they can draw up into this low as well. There's a gap on the daily. That's what I'm targeting. All right, the Swiss is very weak, so that's why. CAD Swiss, the trade is done. We got a really nice entry yesterday in here, two of them, one here and one there, and my trade is done. They've taken me out, got really nice profit out of that one. So we're gonna expect price to go for the equal high. I actually got out before it because sometimes they do. The Swiss pair is, one pair that likes to manipulate quite a lot, so I decided to get out before the equal high, and you can see they are doing that. Okay, pound New Zealand, watch this high. Watch this 1 hour auto block here, or this 15 minutes. All right, this is a swing low on the 4 hour, aka previous day's low. Right, this one. Right, they've taken that. If I draw a line, you see. Right, they've taken that and it's rejecting. So if it's able to break above the high, we are very bullish on this pair. Okay, we are very bullish on this pair. So if they take out that high, they will push for this equal high, and then yeah, they did take out this one already. Then the next draw will be that 4 hour imbalance up here. Right there, and then we look for 50% of the entire range. This to that, not 50%. It might probably go higher than that because of the seasonal tendency weakness on New Zealand and the seasonal tendency strength on pound. So watch that high. If they close above it, look down here and see if there is any imbalance, then you wait for retracement back to it, or you can just buy the breaker, leave your stop loss here, and then look for higher prices with these targets in mind. First of all, this equal high, then 1942, and then that. Okay, pound Aussie similar. I think, ooh, that missed me, damn it. Look at where I was looking to buy. That was a H4 retracement, right? I think I should have just used optimal trade entry. Sometimes looking for perfection is just not good. Right, I should have bought optimal trade entry. Anyway, that's fine. Let me quickly go and check something. I'm just checking to see if there's a potential of those pairs retracing. If they take out this low, right, if they take out that low, watch this H4 time frame. We've got 4 hours, so it's a lot of time. If they confirm a swing high here and they've closed below this, these pairs might retrace, and then you buy the retracement. Don't chase it as it's going up now. Okay, wait. If what I'm showing you here, right, does play out, because if you want to trade the pound pairs, you always have to look at this pair, right? If this keeps going up, right, then they will come back down again, right? This will come back down again, that one will come back down again. But once they confirm that they're going to continue going lower, then these ones have locked in, they're going to continue going up. So there will be a potential pullback. Once they lock in that they're going to go down, there will be a pullback. Once it's pulling back, this one will drop again. So that will also cause this to pull back down, and then you be a buyer to continue going up. So don't chase it now if you've missed this, right, or that one. Don't chase it. Wait for it to pull back, and then upon the pullback, you can look for a buy. I think on the 5 minutes chart should have a couple of imbalances in here, 1 and 2, and they have also taken our previous day's low, so more reasons for price to go up. These two, I'm gonna leave them alone for today. I'm not a big fan of them. I'm gonna leave them for today. Maybe if I see anything that is interesting on it later on, then I will come on to it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that alone. Okay, so leave that alone. New Zealand, Aussie, New Zealand, I'm looking for a buy to go and attack this high. But my buy, I'm anticipating it down here. All right, so I think there's a bit of weakness in Aussie right now, so we should see Aussie drop. Yeah, we should see Aussie drop. Okay, so if Aussie is gonna drop, my bad, it's gonna continue going up, but it will struggle up here. So pullback is required. Oops. A pullback is gonna be required. Yeah. I'll still leave this one here because I think they should have dropped in here. Right? So if they do come, I'll watch this level, but I'll be more focused on this one. All right. I think I've covered most of it. Let's go back to, I've got 5 minutes left anyway. Let's go to the indices. Indices, I think they're gonna continue going lower. I've kept mentioning that. I think it's gonna go for this imbalance. So nothing has really changed from last. We met last week Thursday, right? So last week Thursday's date was 14th. So 14th was here, right? And we had that sell-off, and we are still looking for that target. Okay, so all the indices, the targets that I gave last week on the 14th, right, they're still there. You can see I'm short. I took a first sell here yesterday, and then I think somewhere in here on the lower time frame I went short again, and then they averaged me in here. Just, I don't know why they do that. Where did I average in? Here. So I was looking at this high, this low, and this as optimal trade entry, and I was looking at that as the draw on liquidity. So I took another sell. So first sell was here, and I took another sell there, and they averaged me here, and that's what price is doing currently. So I still think the draw is to the downside. All right, so look for continuation to the downside. All right, pretty much I've gone through everything that needs to be gone through. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. If you have any question, don't hesitate, feel free to ask. In the meantime, I'm just gonna, let me see what dollar CAD is up to. Check my futures. Okay, I know why you did that, but yeah. Gold. I think we covered gold. I said that gold now, right? It hit. This is a retracement on the H4. I think the H4 couldn't close bullish. Yeah, that's not good, is it? So my long is not good. I was anticipating this to be as, an engulfing, confirming bullish price action, but it just couldn't close above it. That's not good. But this low to this high is a retracement. But if you look from this low going up, right, this was a run on stop. Okay, so if we are bullish, then we should not be coming down here. This is enough as a retracement. So in here we should see some form of a breaking market structure, which I identify. It was hard one because the imbalances were not that great. There's still one down here. There's still one down here that price can go for, or actually two, this one and that one. It just depends on time frame, right? These two here that price can still go for, but I'm hinging around the fact that we did close in the void on this H4 there, and then price broke market structure here. But that breaking structure should have confirmed a swing low on the H4, which is what I usually lean on for support. That if we close above this high, then the bulls are showing some intent to challenge the bears, right? Therefore, I'll start looking for a buy. But the H4, upon the closure of that 10 o'clock candle, which is usually what this candle closes, it rejected and closed back below this. That's not a good sign for me. Okay, so right now what I'm gonna watch is this, because that's the imbalance left after breaking market structure. So if you're good, it should go up from here. If not, they're gonna take out this low and then drop down here. So I'll wait till New York session and then I'll see where they are, and then I'll kind of frame a trade around it. So if this is good, we should go up from here and then continue going up. If not, then they will take out this low, and then I'll wait for New York session and I'll see where they are during that New York session, because you have to factor in time of the day. So because we are in London, this time period here is a specific time that I look at trades. Once that is done, then the next one has to be the New York session, which starts at 12. Yeah, it starts at 12 to 3. That's the time window. But there's a specific one that I use, which I don't know why it's not showing me. It's supposed to be between 12 and 1:30. So let me change this. So New York session is supposed to be 12 and 1:30. Yeah, I'll have to sort this one out later on. I'll have to sort this one out later. Pains me that I didn't get an entry on that one. I did buy this one though. Let me see how that one is doing. Oh, nice. It almost, I have my TP just above that high. I have my TP just above that high. I'm gonna send a screenshot in the community chat. You see, and when I started, I told you that they took me out, right? My broker, upon the close of the day, they took me out with spread. So check the community channel. You see that my broker took me out when price never went there. It's just that they opened their spread and they took me out. So I bought it again, looking for that equal high. And then I'll show you the cat switch, because that cat switch has taken out the profit. I had two, as a matter of fact, yeah, two entries. One of them, I think I need to change the broker. One of them didn't get triggered. Cat switch. And the other one that didn't get triggered was this one, which I cancelled it. Even though it went there, it never gave me the entry. You'll see that there will be a, so let me see if I can do that. There you go. Copy. So that buy, right? You can see I've highlighted that buy limit. I was buying the cat. It was a buy limit, but they didn't trigger me. Even though it did touch it, they didn't trigger me. All right. So it goes to show you that your broker sometimes can manipulate price. All right, any last questions before I go and have my breakfast, because it's now, my breakfast has gone cold. All right, I guess there's no more questions. So thank you very much for joining me this morning. For our YouTube members, I will see you on on Thursday for another live session for the VIP members. I will see you at 2 p.m. for the New York session. Hopefully we will get some trade set up for the New York session. I will be scanning the market and then I'll see. Okay, they've just taken out this low, so maybe oil will set up something for us. I wanted it at 12, but they've done it a bit early. That's fine. All right, so enjoy your morning and take care. Take your time off, and I'll see you in the afternoon.